So we'll do a live stream of pretty much everything. Huh? So I'm just heading out over to the hardware store to get some shorter screws because my 3-inch screws are too big uh, to bolt in the guide rail concepts that I'm putting into my vehicle. The little strip pieces are only 9-inch thick, and the 2x4s aren't really 2 inches. So the 3-inch screws will go all the way through and stick up by about a quarter of an inch or half an inch, and that's not good. So need some smaller 1.5-inch screws. They're going to um, do a better job, and then there'll also be a little future proofing for doing the board for the little electrical component box safety. Can't think of the word that I want for the area where I'm putting all the electronics for my batteries and the DC charger and all that fun stuff. Anyways, so but that's probably next week or so. First things first, get the battery up to spec. Or get the bed up to spec, the bed platform, and then go from there. Start organizing all the stuff. I start keeping an eye out for containers that fit underneath there. I mean, I have an absolute maximum clearance of 6.5 inches. So I'm gonna look at a few things, at the dollar store, the usual stuff. I mean, I could cut down the milk crates I got. They are 11 inches, so I can cut the tops off of them. They're kind of work. I don't really want to cut the crates up. A, extra work, and B, I don't know, maybe someone else can make use of the crates. Who knows? But one step at a time, right? Okay, let's keep going here. I think I'll stop by and grab a coffee as well. This should be interesting because I need to open the app to get my. I'm going to get a free coffee today because why not? Use up some of the points that you build up because who knows when they're going to start. That's the problem with points in general. Your points are working worth less and less to get the free. So free costs more, literally. Air miles used to be 1 mile for every. So if you had 3,000 air miles, you could fly 3,000 miles. Not anymore. So you have a points card, use them up as soon as possible. No point saving them necessarily completely for a rainy day. I mean, some I do. Like my Canadian Tire card, the Triangle card, that puts money on the card. Although money over time does kind of get devalued a little bit as prices go up, but can't change that. But at the same time, you don't get a lot to begin with, so not like 15 cents is going to make a big deal if I buy something and use a 15-cent discount. If it's like, $4, $8, $10, yeah, sure, then it's worthwhile using. And buddy, why are you sitting in my blind spot? Hit people who drive in other people's blind spots, because that's just showing complete unawareness of how cars and mirrors work. Luckily, I'm aware of this stuff. But, so let's see what we can get at the hardware store, or the Home Depot. I'm going to go for the screws. That's all I'm going to get here. Probably won't shop around. Go to the dollar store. You know you're a real geek when you go into a dollar store and you just sort of go, what can I make with this stuff? Who cares what it's designed for? I'm going to make something with it. Also, every time I go to the dollar store, that's what I think now. And how about, staying your side of the driveway in the parking lot? All right. No, I'm totally not jaded about drivers and people in general these days. I learned earlier this year, I think I finally classified, I'm officially at the get off my lawn stage of life. Oh, man. Also, probably like the dirty old man stage, too, because it was like, this is kind of cute, but, he's like 30 years younger than me. He's like, maybe not. But, and then go for the jailbait. Okay, let's see where we can go. Hello. Thanks, Ivan Fernandez, and hey, Lori. Sorry, sometimes I always can't look at the screen while I'm driving. Now, I kind of glance towards it, but I can't read everything that's on there. So, let's see. So, that's the mess we're going to start cleaning up. Those are the slats for the bed, and that's you can see part of the wood for the platform there. I need to screw. I mean, I'll show you later. You need to screw some pieces onto the side to make guide rails for those slats, so the slats don't go side to side, just so they only go slide back and forth. Which I have a little trick for. Just stopping my camera, my dash cam, for them going back and forth. But let's see about getting into the store and see what we can buy. All right, we'll change the camera. See the front of the vehicle. And let's see, is it enough in the parking lot pocket? Hopefully. Hopefully it doesn't slide down and cut off the camera, because I'm not sure which camera it's actually using. Yeah, keys might help. Welcome to an annoyingly blustering day in southern Ontario. Winter sucks, because working on your vehicle, which you need to do outside, is cold and wet and ugly, and I can't empty out the back of the vehicle because, well, it's all wet and snowy on the ground. So, yeah. But at least able to pull the mattress I'm going to use on the inside, so it's frees up some room. Let's see, good old home hardware. They're a nice place to go, and the prices are not bad. The warranties are good, so they deal with the stuff, so you don't necessarily, when you buy something here, you generally don't have to replace it, take it back to the manufacturer yourself, which a lot of warranties say. You buy from a retail store, and you're welcome. You have to take it back to the manufacturer yourself, ship it back or whatever. All right, let's find some screws. Still not quite used to the whole setup. Hey, bolt screws. Good, thank you. Maybe not, because I found the screws I'm looking for. 2-inch, no, I want 1.5 inches. 100 pieces. Oh, haha. That fell down into the pocket. Didn't notice. Hang on. I'm trying to do this with wedges in there. It keeps the camera from falling down. 100 pieces. That'll be enough. Because I'm doing 2 per piece. I've got 30 pieces, 60. There's stuff left over. If I have to buy more later, I buy more later. Double check price, 13 bucks. About $1 a piece. Well, not quite. That's what I meant. 10 cents a piece. Oh, yeah. That would be $10. 13 cents a piece. I'll get my math right eventually. Oh, yes. Rain-X. Mix the Rain-X one, because that stuff works better. Oops. Alright, let's go and spend some money. How's it going?
Not too bad. What about yourself?
Any better? There'd have to be 2 of me.
That's a good one. I haven't heard that one yet.
Alright. There's a card here.
And total today would be $22.58.
Alright.
Whenever you're ready.
It's amazing what you can do when you find a credit card in the parking lot randomly. Hey, thanks. Have a good one. Alright. Of course, you throw it down into the pocket. Okay, so that pocket's a little too deep. Alright. Can't quite reach it with my thumb, and my hand's got the other thing. So, you get to look at the parking lot while I'm driving back to my car. Yeah, I need more coffee. I'm going on to the plaza with the coffee, so grab it over there when I get there. In case you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. That's the vehicle, 2003 Honda Element. Alright. Fill up the washer filter so it doesn't stop. Oh, I need to kind of unlock it first, don't I? Alright. Here for now. That's the frame for me. That's the frame. And I need to screw in a bunch of these. This is an extra piece, so I'll explain later. But I need to screw a bunch of these, keep on going. These ones are in because I had 3-inch screws, and there's more than enough. But to screw these into here, which is the same thickness, 3 inches sticks in. Too much. Okay. Put you in there. Plug you in. Add a QA. Add a Q&A sticker. What word that makes you happy? Wow. Isn't YouTube doing something weird? Let's try. Oh, it said try it. Okay. I was going to click on try it, and then it went away. How do you add a QA sticker? Like this button? No, those are just effects. Oh, what's this one? Lighting on, lighting off. I'm guessing that's just the flashlight. Whatever YouTube give me an option and then took it away before I could actually, think about it. Oh well. All right. Let's go to Tim Hortons. Oh, there's a lot of people waiting at this light. I use the leftover fluid in there. Well, once I mix in the winterized one, it won't be too bad. One parking lot into another. Call this the Green Plaza because you have the Freshco, you have the Mission Thrift, and the Dollar Store, and they're all green. One day I had a friend of mine, she had her hair dyed green. We were sitting there and I looked across the passenger seat and I could see the Mission Thrift Store. So I was like, hang on, I gotta get a picture of you. Her green hair with the green store backdrop sign. That was kind of amusing. She was wondering why I was taking a picture of her. It's like, then I showed her. It's like, she got it. Alright. Oh, this parking lot kind of sucks. So I will park right over here. Can't find them, grab them. Alright, good enough. Oh, you can turn my lights on for that. I know we turn my lights on, but meh. Alright. Let's go to the dollar store. Anything else I need to bring in here with me? No, I don't think so. I won't keep it in my pocket this time. Dollar store first. And see what I can find. I want to add, eventually going to add some brackets to the bed frame. Not that likely needs it, but there was one place where the wood split when I put the screw in. So, try not to get run over in the parking lot. So I just want to add some brackets in there. But the regular wood brackets are expensive. So I don't need expensive brackets. Just need brackets. I'm thinking I can find some wood shelf brackets. Those look really, really well. All they're gonna do is just mostly just hold things together. It's not providing any, not a stress part or anything like that. All right. And another wonderful dollar store. You all want to. I don't think you all want to be all that curious about a dollar store, right? Right about aisle. Oh, there you go. Some brackets. See, shelf brackets. Those would work. Maybe a little too big, but at $2.50. I don't know if they got smaller ones than that. I mean, all they do is just kind of keeping things together. So they don't need to be super uber strong. Because there's not, like I said, there's not a lot of stress on them. No. Give it a wall length. One here. What else can I use this for? Hardware stuff, tape. Oh, you know what I could use? Ratcheting straps. Well, I won't get them just yet. That's going to be for one of the batteries, but yeah, I know. Dollar store ratcheting straps? Right. Don't think you can carry them. Maybe an Amazon thing or Canadian Tire. There you go. Got the basic idea that I need. Let's go get some coffee. Excuse me. Excuse me. Busy day here today. Oh, good. All right. It's coffee o'clock. Yeah. Someone put a German sticker on a Maverick. That might actually be a package, but the Maverick. It's a front-wheel drive. It's just going to be an appearance package, I'm sure. So, back 2000. Let's see how busy Tim is. The drive-thru is a little busy, but the parking's not, so shouldn't be too bad inside. That's fine. Yeah, oh, not too bad in here at all. No, not doing any work in here today, so. In case you're wondering about Tim Hortons, Tim Hortons. Not too busy. Those are the comfy seats. Well, if I'm asking questions, don't forget to subscribe and like and all the other fun stuff I'm supposed to say to you people. Not really good at marketing in that sense, but hey, here we are. Green tea boba. Hey, green tea boba. Sorry, just saw your name there. Sorry about that. Yeah, still a little weird about being, blogging in public, straight live streaming in public, but still new to me. Not quite on the level of the Chrome project, but even then, he just. I don't think I've ever seen him live stream through a live stream anywhere outside of just sitting in his shop or in his van. But here we are. We get to see a day in the life of a eventually van life for someone growing up this way and want to be mobile. I pretty much have the idea right now. So I just gotta put together the vehicle so that I can work it. Oh, Boston cream donuts have gotten a crumbly top on it. That's less than ideal. Oh, there's a Biscoff one. That's why I got Biscoff on top. I like the crumbly stuff, but it kind of ruins the top of my mouth. It gripes it. All right, let's see what we can do here. A large with 4 cream, please. There we go. Yay! These good people that work here, generally. There's one woman here all kind of, everyone, she likes to tease people, so it's fun. Hmm.
And large with the cream.
4 cream, large 4 cream?
Yeah.
That one's me. Right, thank you. Coffee in hand. And the Christmas cups. All right. Yes. start moving on with the day. I have screws, and that was the main thing I could to get today. Just get some screws that I can put together and get a bit of a visual on other things too. I'll do more research on the straps for the batteries when they get mounted. Oh, look at oh, the Q&A sticker. Oh, look, there it is. And then that's when it disappears. That Q&A sticker is really kind of irritating. If you're going to add something like that, hang on, can't put it flat down. Not enough hands to get everything where I want to at the moment. All right. Put you back in the cradle. Plug you in. Yeah, I know I don't have the seatbelt on. I get it. But yeah, the Q&A sticker kind of popped up and then disappeared. Because it was probably sitting there while I was walking and not looking. And then when I look, I was like, oh, there it is. I go to tap on it and it disappears. It's like, they wrote these features, but I wonder if they just presume that anyone who's live streaming is just sitting in one spot, constantly looking at the screen. I don't know, me. I don't watch a lot of live streamers, a couple. But most of them aren't paying attention to a lot of the stuff that goes on the screen because they're busy talking about what they're there to talk about, like me. And then I'm driving and I'm screwing, I'm using tools, I'm not looking at the screen. I had said a little notification when someone says something, so like a little extra ding. Now, on the large channels, that would be annoying because you got thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people on their stream, so they obviously don't want that. But it should be something you can disable. This will function for smaller guys. But you have my caveat. I am not always looking at the screen. Alright, head back home where I can do some work on the vehicle. I generally don't like working on the road, but you don't have a lot of other choice. In the summertime, I would go there's a park near me. I go and park over in the parking lot there. I go to the park to park in the parking lot. Gotta love English. I gotta do work there because I'm like off the road. I can move stuff around. I can sit beside the vehicle, and no one bothers you. At home, I only got street parking. I don't like doing it in the street. It's just a me thing. I mean, I ultimately really shouldn't care, but it just seems to be awkward in that kind of space. That's just me. Why the hell is this BMW turning? Like, first of all, I'm confused. He's using the signal. Second, he just drove a block and a half and then turned the signal off. It's like, are you turning? Are you not? Well, might have been a glitch in the wiring that the signal just came on. But with the being on the street and in front of my place, it's kind of like me. I'm not doing too much work, so I'm not like tearing apart the engine or anything like that. And second, there's no place on the ground I can put stuff so I can move out of the vehicle. So I'll have to pile it in the passenger seat, in the driver's seat, and best I got. Alright, we turn off the extra heater. It's warm enough for now here. And yes, it's a manual in case you guys are listening. And the Vanco, how's it going, man? Or woman, sorry. Man, just my general topic. So it's not a gender specific thing. No one jump on me. Alright, soon I'll be back to my place and then I can start dealing with this. Now I've got the right screw, so I've got a bunch of the slices. I call them slices that are going to make up the guardrail. I'm putting 2 screws in, so I'll drill holes, countersink them, and then put them on. see how it all goes. It's gonna be some organizing. All right, so I have to move some stuff from the back to the front so that it's out of my way, and then I can get at the sides and move things around. I probably should do the windshield washer fluid first. That'd be one thing to mostly get out of the way. I don't think I'll use up a whole bottle, but when empty, it takes a whole bottle. We'll take 4 liters, but I don't think it's empty yet. So, well, I wonder if some way I can put something in the pocket. I can take up some space and keep you guys with me. Glass of cleaning cloth because, well, you need glasses, you need a cleaning cloth, and a good one too. Microfiber seems to work very, very well. I mean, all the sprays work the best, but not having to spray, and this stuff I can keep in the car in the wintertime, I won't freeze. But also, I think I can make a little pocket stuffer I could put in here where I set the phone into my pocket and it won't fall down and block the camera. Alright, turn it around. There we go. Freeze one off, good enough for government work. The assembly line didn't quite get everything. There it goes. Extra pieces. Okay. Right. And there is a nice messy K24. Not sure how you can say there it goes. A little salty because Canadian winters and dirt needs a good cleaning, but it's been a while. It's all the winter time now. Alright, let's get you in. In case you're wondering if you guys are from a country that's still using outdated measuring, this is 1 quart or 3.78 liters. Oh, and it didn't even take half a bottle. That would have been a while for that to let that mix up so that it won't freeze on me anymore. I need to put that somewhere I can close this. Get the leaves out of here. There we go. Oh. Need some, might as well start moving things around. Okay, that can go there. This can come up here. Batteries for tools. Don't think I'll need the gloves. Ooh, I will need. All right, let's move these out of the way. Garage, in case you're the one who's watching, this is for you. I brought it and I totally forgot. I told you I had one for you and I forgot I had it in the car. So when we next get together, remind me, it's in the car. Okay, those are the slats that are going across for the bed. The mattress sits on top of this. This will sit on top of this. This is the extra piece that goes here when the seats are forward. So I should just take this in and leave it in the house. So I'm not using it. That's just a little mouse style sander. The battery there. Both of them over there. All right, so maybe we'll put you guys on the stand for now. Keep my stand in a handy little bag. I forget what this bag was from. Stand didn't come with it; it came in a cardboard box. But a little tripod, something simple. Okay. But for a cheap dollar store tripod, it has a lot of functions on it. Okay, let's see. How about putting you guys in there? What the? Oh, I got into something. Why is it green? Oh, why is it green? I hit something. Oh. Green screen background. Thought so. I don't want this. How to get rid of the green screen background? None. There we are. Okay, that's better. What happens in touchscreens? You move the screen around and phone around, and you hit something on the screen. You go, where the heck am I? Figured it was a background thingy. Okay. Yeah, I get you there. Okay. Do I need to take it out right now? I don't, because I'm just going to do a bunch along here. But at some point, I'm going to have to lift up this frame because there's not enough room for me to get the joint outside. That's going to be the fun part. All right, for now, let's get some of these out of the way. And the wooden blocks over there. Fill, battery. Drill bits. Pre-drilled bit, pre-drilled slices. So this is what I mean. This was the leftover pieces. Like I had a bunch of pieces that were like this, 5, 6 inches, and I just sliced it up. And then it's just going to go onto the side to act as a guide rail. Figured make good use of the excess material. Had to buy a couple extra screws for it. So, but like, who cares? Not like screws are going to go bad. I'm just trying to move stuff around to give me some space here. There we go. What I need to do, find out which ones I need to countersink, so that when the screws go in, they don't split the block. My extra countersink pieces. And let me just move something around and whack the camera. Alright, just grabbing my pieces. I have a whole bunch. I think I just toss them all back in here. They're not all perfectly 1 inch. Mostly close enough, but like I said, good enough for government work. So I got like 5 pieces, which would be enough to kind of do enough along here. Okay, no countersink, no countersink. So I didn't countersink any of these. Alright. I need the countersink bit. Yes. And I'm going to be using the 1/8 on the other one, so I'll pull that out now. So 3 bits. Would be handy to have 3 different screw, quarters drills. Never round up. So now I'm trying to reduce the amount of mess I'm making here. It's just going to make a mess no matter what. I can't help that. So I'll just try to do these over here because these are just Do it that way. Looks a little prettier. And you don't need much. Not for just countersinking, because all you're doing is just making the end so that it doesn't split the screw when it goes in. And the wind just blew all back inside. All right, got those there. Nope. Switch it for the drill bit. Actually, no, I don't need the drill bit because I think this would be good enough. No, use the new screws. Caught my finger. Get them in there. Pre-screw them just a little bit so they just touch. And goes there. Unzip, screw it in. Now we'll just up just a little bit so they're even. There we go. And a little lip. This is just kind of fun to do. And we'll see how it lasts. Of course, that means I have to use it. So I imagine I will be going out camping at some point in the wintertime. Yes, I have a heater. So that's still something I have to sort out. I have a propane heater and works just fine. Don't have any problems with it because I've got enough ventilation in here and a carbon monoxide detector. But I need to test this out. Actually, put it through its paces. All right, let's put you there. These are going on nicely. Hopefully he was just on his phone because it looked like he was filming me. Don't care. Not doing anything illegal here. Okay. I'm about at the limit I can put this on because I'm right here and I can't get the drill any closer. So that's where it becomes a challenge, and I need to be able to tilt this bed frame so I can get at the ends, which will be a challenge of itself. And I'm thinking maybe I can use the milk crate to hold it up. Then I don't have to hold and screw and no, I just can't hold and screw at the same time. These pieces, this piece, and the drill. So now to figure out how to do that. Okay. Let's move this extra piece out of the way. And the slats out of the way. Now, let's see how this is going to work. I'm also going to have to remove the foam padding somehow. I mean, not that's hard to remove. Not that it's hard to remove at all, but yeah, wintertime sucks when you don't have any room outside. You just put stuff out of the way, or a garage. A garage would be nice. All right. Now, as long as this shouldn't be a real big problem. Nope. You can get it some more, and this is where I'm going to run into a problem. So I can get into one more. Well, one more is one more. This would be ideal if it was outside and put on the edge, but timing. This won't be the prettiest, but it will be one of the most useful ones. Functional. Just a little bit. This, I want to keep as level as possible. Not going to be perfect. If I had one nice piece that goes all the way down, sure, but why waste wood? Do I have one more to put on? Oh, I think I can make this one. Get that right. As right as possible, anyways. That's not less than ideal. Because I can't hold. See, I'm at this weird angle. I can't get enough grip to hold that in there because it starts coming out. Yeah. I'll do it this way. Maybe with the other hand, I can do it. Nope. In. And split. That's what happened. Use my other hand. Didn't get the feel for it. So yay. I mean, that guy's extra, so I don't really care, but that's what happens when you use, these screws. You have to countersink. And you go too far and you're going to split it. So, yeah, shit happens. Another one with the troll already. All right, let's do some more prepping of blocks. So I'm going to drill some holes and countersink. So I think I'll drill a bunch of holes in them first. These are the middle support legs. Because this floor is a little, it's not flat. It slopes, and I believe it slopes towards the front. So as it sits, if I put these in, they sit about a quarter of an inch, maybe half an inch above. That's because these are so everything is relatively flat, and because it's relatively flat, the middle is technically higher. It's not going to go straight across. So these would normally sit. I also have the foam in there, which is throwing off some of it. So what I might do, I might move the legs, take them out, move it down a little bit, and then that would level this off. I kind of knew that, but I didn't realize how much. This is part of the whole discovery when you're figuring stuff out. All right. It's going to be relatively boring part, I suppose, but let's see how entertaining that can be. Drilling holes is easy. Nothing too fancy you need here. Certainly nothing complex. Try to find the pretty side. Not that anyone's really going to see it. Dump the sawdust out. Hmm. Yeah, a lot of this work is monotonous. But that's part of the fun. Fun. That's a curiosity. I don't know if I can get that at a better angle. You too can be entertained by simply drilling holes. Okay. Let's see if we can go here. Not too bad. And the utility down. Yeah. Make a YouTube channel just for drilling holes in wood. Probably just already. You never know what's going to be a thing here. It's a little low like that, but not like I can't get more of these. Ooh, wind gusts. Fun. This is actually a little hard at the back. The lower part of the back, one particular muscle being stressed out, doing a half lean over something. It's irritating. Yeah, that one split right on me. This wood is pretty dry, it seems, but I got extra. You can always get more, so it's not hard to do this. Alright, now let's do some countersinking. It definitely needs more coffee. Alright, I'm gonna leave this here, it's a little easier to get at. Countersinking. Countersinking pretty spots because everyone's gonna look at your stuff, right? This stuff's gonna be see you won't be able. This stuff you won't be able to see. But hey, just in case someone does look, yeah. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter. This is a good first build. And when I go to sell the vehicle, I'll sell it with it. Oh. So that hole is a little too low. Don't put the screw in. Yeah, good split there. Just gotta be careful with that one. Look at me drilling holes. Put the ugly side up. Yeah. Let's remember to drill these holes higher up on the frame so they're not so low. Oh, there's that muscle again. Yeah. You know how you can tell when you're getting old? You start asking questions. Do you know how you can tell when you're getting old? Yeah, snowing out lightly again. Welcome to Canada. Even though I was born and raised here, not really a big fan of winter. I mean, I did the Canadian thing. I played hockey when I was younger, but even then, I knew things were getting political. Everybody wanted their kids to play a certain position and all the time and whatnot. Ultimately, I think that's where I end up stopping because this is getting ridiculous. Hard on my parents. It's like, that's not that interesting to me. All right. Let's see if I get in two more on this side before I have to lift the frame up a little higher. More ice melting off the top of the vehicle. All right, let's get you guys. I don't know where else I could put you to actually see anything going on here. Because there's not much. There's not much going on. I mean, it's going there. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on. And that creates the lip to stop those slats from sliding off sideways. What I'm also going to, well, I'm thinking of doing, is when the slat is on, they're designed to slide back and forth. That's the whole point. So I can access these storage areas, or the storage underneath the whole bed. But what's going to stop it from sliding back and forth? I've thought of that. At least I have an idea. I'll take one of these screws. When the slat is in place, I'll put one screw right behind it, so that when I can take it off over the screw and then put it back on, so it acts just like a hook. So the slats don't slide back and forth. They might slide a little bit. It's not going to be super, super tight, but enough to where it won't slide off the bed, the platform, either the front or the back. So there's not any real spots I could put you guys at where this would be useful. Ah, look at that. Seat pocket for the win. Back seat of a pocket, that is. Alright. A little bit of pre-drilling. This is where I wish we could just do music. I'm not trying to make money off the music. Just trying to have a bit of background stuff to play while doing this. But no, everyone wants their money for their stuff. Like, we're not all DJs here or music production people. Oh, this is gonna be a tough one. Now I said tough just because the angle I was at, I was just hitting this. And I can't do any more because I don't have any space. So this has to go up higher. The trick is how to keep it up higher. See, part of this is I really need to take those out. I don't have a place to put them. I mean, theoretically, I could put them in the soak because they are plastic bottom, but I don't want anything inside them getting wet. I don't know that I don't have anything in there that won't get wet. Does the logic work? I don't know. I think that's something I'm going to have to kind of do. Maybe I'll take them out, put them underneath here as part of the supports. Let me go and try that. That wasn't some little Japanese car. That was a full-size GM with a bad exhaust, leaking exhaust. And he was wailing on that. That first gear kept going for a while, man. But if it was a guy with an exhaust or an intake, it didn't sound all that great. It was very muffled though, so it wasn't terrible, but it doesn't really suit the car. That's in my opinion. Everyone's allowed to do what they want to their own vehicles. Clearly, that's what I'm doing. That's more what I need. That didn't go right there. Oh, I don't know. That's not good. All right, I got the idea, anyways. Got to play a bit of Jenga here, move stuff around. Just to go there. Now, the trick is, I need to lift this up and get this on there, but this is heavy because it's got my propane tank. Yeah. Hey! Perfect. Alright. I can add some more. I have room. The stuff you have to do. Check the chat again. Hey, nobody knew. One person watching. Hi, one person watching. Now I can't see the screen. Yeah, can you see what I'm doing? Not so much. Let me just change the angle of the screen so that it's a little up there. Yeah, good enough. So again, a caveat. If you're saying something or typing something I can't see, for obvious reasons, let's get a few of these ready. How about that? I think every now and then I'm supposed to be saying, hey, like, subscribe if you're having a little bit of fun or being entertained or educated, learn a little bit. It's a slow way of doing it. You gotta watch it real time. Mistakes at all, like dropping screws. You might think, why would I bother picking up a screw? Just so I can drop it again. Oh man, why do every other one is staying on there? You are not. This one just, holy shit, that's 3 times. Oh, and I don't want to drive over it. That's why I'm picking it up each time. I thought it was just me. Nope. Screw. I'm going to leave this out to dry because I don't want a wet screw going in there. Not that I'm likely to have a real problem just because the screw got a little damp. And then springtime, I might do a little coating on this. Better to do it now, you say? Well, you would not be wrong, but it's simply a matter of timing and how to get this whole thing out to coat it. I have no place to put it. Again, back to do what we can with what we got. Just get started, they say. And well, yes, I am getting started. There are people who have started with far, far less than this. So I'm very fortunate. I could start with a little bit more. I was able to do a lot more research, education. I've had a lot of skills to build up to this well before. Not necessarily specifically car build, van life building. But worked with tools way back in grade 7, man. I actually have a table I built back in grade 7. I still have it. It still works as a table. Once it had it at a place being used just to display other things. That's not going to say like that. And someone says, how much for the table? Someone actually wanted to buy it. I wasn't really ready to let that go. That's a good thing. I use it as a desk. Well, I have in the past used it as a desk. Not at the moment. But right now, this channel's pretty casual. Nothing fancy or dramatic. And like any other person starting out, you're just starting out. Who knows how this evolves? But this is the very, very beginning. Not everybody has crazy, fancy beginnings on their channel. Most of the stuff you say is overly curated to make it look good. But if you want real information, real stuff, real time mistakes, hey, you're here. You're at the right channel. Because, breaking pieces, that shit happens. But on the pretty channels, on the Instagram photos, you never see that. That's one thing that the Chrome project and Chrome does very well. It shows people all the hassles, all the headaches. He's a cool guy. I got a chance to meet him, Mexican Cruise. Very cool people and pets. And Andy from Overland Interiors does show up every now and then, but that was on my other channel. This is the second live stream I've done for this channel. I finally got enough people to do it. So Andy, if you happen to stop by or see this video, thanks for stopping by or seeing other videos. But I've known Andy for a while, which is kind of funny when I saw him on Chrome channel. It's like, what the? As soon as I done watching that video when I first saw Andy on the channel, I said, dude, I just saw you on Chrome channel. I texted him. Yeah. I only started watching, Chrome this year, so I didn't know the whole backstory, the background. I've learned it since then. Neat stuff. You never know who you're going to run into. And if by the odd chance, Chrome, you happen to see this, I have something for you. I know you're still in the area, so I'll drop it off. I won't spoil it, but I know it's something that's going to be an interesting addition to something you already have. That's the best way I can describe it. Actually, why am I taking this off? This needs to stay. Okay. So an awkward angle, but here we go. Oh, too much. That's what happens when you can't see how far it's in. You break another one. I might have to make some more. That sucks. Now it's this the fun times of doing things awkwardly. Okay, switch hands so I can actually see when it gets into the wood and not go too far. Just enough. You go too far and it will split. All right. Now I'm gonna have to get in there so I can reach back a little bit further. That's nice. That's basically 1/4 of it done. And hopefully, well, maybe I have enough wood left over. How many have I used? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I've got 35 pieces. I might just have enough because I'm kind of thinking 35 and I've used 10. So I've got 1/3 of the pieces and I've broken 3 pieces. So down to 32. Yeah, I think I'm good. So the next step will be planning out the electronics. I realized this morning that I need more stuff. But I have everything I need to really start. And to go camping in and run power and everything. That's not the problem. The problem is Canada and winter. Because if the lithium batteries freeze, that's not a problem itself. It's charging them and discharging them. So you don't want to be using them heavy or light when they're frozen. So you have to keep them warm. The self-heating batteries are great for people who live in colder climates, more northern type climates. So I've been looking into ways to heat the batteries. I found a system where I'm going to be able to keep the batteries warm and it will automatically shut off. So automatically turn on at a certain temperature, then automatically shut off at a certain temperature. So that's going to be some extra spending, extra money, just so your battery don't ruin your batteries. And that's fine. Yeah, but it is what it is. That's just, part of the way of doing things, the things you learn along the way. Clearly, it's a much better time to learn it now before it's installed and be like, oh, crap, I need all this extra stuff. So, this is going pretty cool. My goal is to try and get this done today. I left over 3-inch screws. Not a lot. Used a bunch doing this. You'd be surprised how many screws you actually do use. You figure, 100 screws? The heck, I'm not going to need that. This is not that big of a piece. Kind of it is. Alright, so. I'm going to need to come in here. I'll put this in here. Now, I'm going to need to move you from your cool spot. There was no way to do that. Oh, let's see. Let's turn the camera around. I'll just kind of give you guys a good look. And it seems to be reasonably level. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. The mattress is going to be going and hiding this anyways, because the mattress is wider than the frame, and that was on purpose. Well, I mean, the frame was designed to be the size it is. As I did see, Eric enjoys Earth. If anyone watches videos, he's a good channel to check out and learn from. I was going to do a bed frame like his, but that was a more complicated setup and time. I wanted to get something done, so again, starting was more important than getting it like that. Next build is going to be a little cooler setup. And who knows, maybe even evolve this one. We'll see how things go. But I'm not matching this to the contour. The mattress itself is, I think, going to come pretty close, right up against the walls themselves. But even if it didn't, by keeping this just on the inside, I avoid weird issues like that. Although for the supports, I mean, there's nothing in the middle, so it's not going to get in the way of that anyways. But I don't have to worry about it. And keeping it inside makes it easy to get in and out, to remove this in and out when I need to, if I need to. And I'm not going to fall down. If I got an inch gap over here or two, I'm not going to fall off to the side. So that's what he said, and I said, you know what, that makes sense. Okay, now let's see. Okay, let's see where this sits rest naturally. Oh, hello. And of course, the moment I said go, you know what? Totally unprofessional. Let's try this down. And putting you into the crate. This is just. There we go. That's a little better. That's where I want it. And my earrings caught on my thing. Yay. Turn a little. There you bugger. Yeah, awkward angle. Let go. Okay, let's switch hands. I think I switch hands. I think I should have been left-handed when I grew up. Why would I say that, you ask? Well, I seem to be left eye dominant, but I'm using my right hand. Found out I was left eye dominant when I was learning archery. The guy who was teaching me, we were practicing. I could hit the target. It was okay. But he says, you know what? He goes, you know what? Let's just try it up. Switched hands. Just switching hands. My shots improved by a full inch, and that's all. That's all I did. Just switch hands. Left eye dominant. So I'm an okay archer. I could do okay. Might take more practice and whatnot, but then when I realized, hey, I could use my left hand for things, so then I would want to try and pool. It's like, hey, I can shoot with my left hand and pool, so I don't have to do the weird awkward behind the back shot. I can just shoot with my left hand. Now my right hand is still right now. It's still the strong arm, so I can still break with that. But I'm now no longer limited, so that was kind of neat. Whether that means I should be left-handed or not, because they always force you to write with your right hand. That was the thing back then. Impromptu hammer, everybody. Oops, a little too short. These tools are meant to take a bit of a beating. Oh man, trying to get that. It's on a bit of an angle. I don't know. Maybe this much is on an angle. Right. Good enough. All right. I'll bring these forward to the back and switch things up. Ah. Ooh. Tighten that up a little. So, I know it's not quite straight. Whatever. It'll do the job it needs to do, and that's all it needs to do. Oh, look. This is other Charlie. Hi, other Charlie. You got snow on your face. Are you actually going to come over and say hi today? Hello. Whoops. Hi. Hey, first time he's actually been that social with me. Other Charlie normally doesn't care. I say other Charlie because there's another Charlie around here, so. No, not go for a ride, dude. No food in there. Don't touch the coffee. Yeah. All right, let's just trying to get the camera set up. Okay, so where are we going to put you now? Turn this around so I can at least see what the camera sees. And maybe Put you into the other cargo slot on this side. That might be okay for you. There we go. Try to keep it up just a little bit more. Oh, this is going to be one of those awkward angles. There we go. The job it fell inside. I didn't have it tight enough. And I don't want to see three more pieces. This has got enough of a lip on it. It'll do just fine. This is really cool. Nice to finally get things moving. And once I do the other side, then I can put the slots on. Now, next decision. I have space for one more. I might be able to use one of those half-broken ones here to fill up the spacing. Ha! But it's funny. Use the 3-inch ones or not. I don't know if I'll be able to actually. Oh, we'll see once I put the pieces in there. So I have to drill some more holes and countersink some more holes, and I just need one. And I'll probably be able to use a small piece or just not care. I'm not worried about the very end piece. Plus sliding back and forth. So maybe I'll just ignore that for now. That's not critical. It's just one more piece in here, and then this is done. But I gotta be careful. There are two screws that are holding in this leg. So obviously can't screw to those areas. I think I'll be able to screw into just before them, or beside them, as the case may be, which would be just perfect and not interfere with anything. All right. Go and grab some more pieces. Grab one more piece. And drill bit, one countersink bit, and block seals. Okay, make hole higher up, so it's not so close to the bottom. Oop, forgot to grab the screws. Then once I get this piece done, I'll have the fun of flipping the other way. But now that I know I can do it, It's just more the hassle of doing it than an actual problem. Sweet, I'm gonna miss those 2 screws. Nice. Oh, slightly awkward just because I'm holding. Now, for a quick test, well, just a quick look. What are the broken pieces? Even when broken, they'll go in there just fine. And now my buddy Raj has a little tool. I can just kind of trim that off a little bit. Hey, and it'll miss the screws. You know what? I'm gonna do it anyways. Although, now I'm overthinking. See, I'd like to make this neat, trim that off, but then that would be interfering with the screw. That way, it doesn't quite go to the back, less important, but it doesn't interfere with the screw. So, I'll stick to my original plan. That's better. There we go. One side done. Let's have a look, shall we? Now, one side done. The lip goes all the way down. Again, this doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to be functional. That's all. That's the whole point of it. And it's solid. It's not going anywhere. And brackets. Really, it's only going to be inside there and there. You know, I might not even bother with the brackets. I'll just do the middle leg for the support. Not that I think even needs it. Because there won't be any direct pressure on here because those slats are curved. There won't be any direct pressure on here. The pressure is going to be all on the sides. I mean, I don't know how. See, when they're curved and they flatten out when they go down. I don't know how much they're going to flatten out. I don't think they'll be totally flat. It won't bother me because the mattress is 4 inches thick, so it's not going to be sticking up. But that's my solar panel. Trying to get into the shot here. Being dramatic. Okay, now the fun part. Switch it the other way. Move all kinds of stuff around, including you guys. So let's flip it back around. Oh, flip the camera. Camera flip. Oh, I'm down to 22%. I probably should plug you in. That means, but the camera gets limited by setting up near the power cord, not back here. But it should be plugged in. I don't think I'll be able to do a complete live stream of everything because I don't think this will charge up enough, fast enough. And it's kind of cold. We're at 21% now. So let's see whatever we can do. Should I put it on there? Yeah, I should. I'll use my car mount. Because why not? Alright, where do you point? On there. Well, we'll do it for that for now. If the camera dies, thanks for stopping by. For those who are stopping by, who have watched. If the camera keeps going, thanks for stopping by. For those who are watching. Alright. Okay, move stuff around. A little bit of cleanup. That's another fire truck going off. We'll call that the Hamilton Reno. Ha! Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happens in Hamilton. You sort of go, that's convenient. That some building that was derelict and sitting around for years, and if they want to renovate the area and put up some new building, that there just happened to be a fire. But hey, what do I know? I'm just some schmuck building stuff in his vehicle. Oh, look, a little bag, little box here. I got to fix a little box that's holding my uh, sanding blocks. Okay, so right, be there. Oh. This might just be barely big enough to fit inside here with those blocks on the side. I might have to put some stuff on the outside of some of the blocks so they don't scratch up the plastic too much. I mean, it is what it is. It's an element. It's 20-year-old, 23 years old. Shit gets scratched. It's easier this time. Don't have to lift this up right away. Ha. Okay, but I think what I have to do next, drill more holes and countersink more holes. Maybe we can do it all back here where you can barely see. Luckily, I wear headphones for my microphone. What's the battery at? 20, 24, 34. Oh, hard to see at this point. But well, that's good. That means I can continue doing the live stream. Yay! And there was much rejoicing in the land. Everybody clap. Yay! Okay, so how many did I actually end up using? That'd be a good question to know. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and a half. So, that means I need 16 and a half. Now, I do have that front piece. I'll have to see. I might not even bother doing anything on it. But again, one step at a time, get this piece done. That's the main thing. So what do we got here? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. How many do I have left over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 32, 37 apparently. Okay. Oh, looks like I'll have just enough. And I won't break any extra. I broke 3, so 37 had 40. So yeah, that makes sense. I had 40. And now that I know to be a little more careful when putting it in. I kind of knew that before, but I just wasn't being careful. That's just on me. Move all these pieces to the back. Grab my little container so I don't lose any of the little bits. Because losing the little bits would just suck. Alright, now drill some holes. This is the boring part. Let's go. I suggest go make a coffee. Ugh. Ah, there's one broken. And that's because of the wood, not because of the fruit. Oh, he's a happy puppy. Mom and dad come home. So he was just, so, oh, look, mom and dad's here. Oh, it's the most noise I've ever heard him make. I've never heard him make any noise before. But now that I broke one, that makes me short. It kind of sucks a little, but that's okay. I've never seen him so happy. Never ever heard him make that kind of noise. I can hear him from here. That's so funny. Hope you're all having good coffee while I'm doing this. Actually, I should send this live stream to a friend in the element order who wanted to do this. She's making her own bed. She wants to do her stuff in her element as well. Although this is going to be the boring part to watch. Yeah, 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15. I actually need 16. Do I have one more block? All I need is one more block. Oh, yes, I have more blocks. Sweet. You know what? I'll do 2 just in case I break one while screwing it in. a perfect sweep because there's still sawdust over the place. That's what happened. Okay, holes drilled. Not gonna make more sawdust because countersinking. At least this won't break anything. It's not supposed to, anyway. Definitely the boring part of the job. As far as my video concerned, hard to make comments over a Joe. Oh, I see the sunlight poking through a small crack in the sky. Interesting enough, even though it snows or rains, the only time it really changes when it precipitates, when it snows, that's when the temperature goes up. Now, that means it's going up to positive. It goes from a -15 to a -10. There's still a temperature going up. So the change is usually when it's on the upside. Almost done these. 5 more, then I can start putting them in. Yeah. Last one. There we go. All countersunk. Now just to screw them in. Now to stay consistent with everything, I'll have to start at the front. Tools are starting to get cold. Because this really isn't a lot of physical work. Kind of is, kind of isn't. But it's physical work usually on just one or two parts of the body, which isn't a lot of physical work. But you have Those 1 2 parts of the body tend to be a little stressed. Usually your back. You can't see me at all. I'll put the screws in on all of these. And putting them on is easy. See, I've already learned a bunch of stuff, even just by doing this. Small things, making sure you're putting the right amount of pressure on things. Kind of knew that before, really, but it gets driven home, some of the little lessons you learn. Every time you do something, you learn from it, small or large, and either every one of them adds to your overall skill and experience. And if you're applying for jobs on your resume, even putting this on here means you can learn and stuff like this. It's a wider range application than you would normally think. Being self-sufficient, being handy, creative, adaptive, and not too many jobs that don't need those types of skills anyways. So, totally useful. Heck, I once saw a resume that is able to work like a role-playing game, Dungeons and Dragons, onto their resume. Regular month meeting, dealing with people, organizing stuff. It's all the same stuff you do at a job. Okay. Time to get this going here. Oh, gotta be careful, not too much pressure. Almost went too hard in the first one. Look, I have a few extras, but rather than not have to rely on those extras, right? The electrical part and compartment. I think that was the word I was looking for earlier. Compartment design is going to be really kind of cool and kind of fun. Been using ChatGPT for a lot of stuff. I have my ideas. It comes up with some. I don't follow everything it says. And a lot of stuff I already know. Sometimes it's just confirmation of things I already know. I got a little low there. Cool. So what can I do? Probably another 5 more down this side. Hey, sunlight is actually poking so. Oh, I can actually see blue sky. Clouds are clearing up a little. Hooray! 2, 3, 4, 5. It's definitely going to warm up a little bit more. Oh, I mean, it already is, but mildly. Maybe my toes won't be as cold in the next half hour or so that I'll be doing this. Then I'll put the slats down as a quick test, which will be, again, one of its own little challenges of itself. I'll have to move some more crates out of the way, more stuff out of the way. I just hope that, I think I should still have enough space. Something I didn't account for. And there's always going to be things you don't account for in a plan. I measured the distance across. and how wide to make this frame. Now, this is the cross at the bottom of the floor level is different because of the pump outs I showed earlier. They're for the rear strut towers. But I'm not running a frame along the floor, so that didn't matter near as much. It would be different if I had putting a floor in here or something like that. But these things add, well, like I said, 2 inches to the overall width. But because they sit up higher, this should be fine. Just setting up these blocks. Easier. All right. I need to start going up because I've been going down. Looks like on the slow. Yeah, that one went down a little low. Need that gap. Now, I got one here that's just a little too low, but I couldn't put up like an eighth of an inch because the hole's already there. So I'll leave it. There's a great little manifesto. The Cult of Done manifesto. Look that one up. You'd be surprised at how much you can actually help out your life by following that. It makes a lot of sense. All right. Get these last two in, then I can move back to the back. Move back to the back. It's a day for words, people. Oops. Okay, I can't. My netting is kind of in the way here. There we go. And one more. And then I can go move to the back to do the rest. Yay. It's nice when things are just about done. Well, it's the stage of anyways. Perfect? Nope. Good enough? Yep. Now my next build will be better. But this is a learning build. Cutting your teeth, trying things out, seeing what doesn't work. That's what this is all about. Learning. And fun. If any fun, don't do it. And once I'm done, yeah, getting some lunch. I need some food. I've been doing learning about meal prep too. So you can really know what you're eating and make it easier. Although it would be way easier if I had a microwave. My last microwave died. I never bothered replacing it. Hasn't been critical. Microwaves are super convenient. But hey, do what you used to do. Just warm up in the oven. That's what the oven's for. Now, unfortunately, at my place, hardware is included in my rent, so it doesn't cost me anymore. Just time, because you warm anything up for pretty much 20 minutes, which is just fine. Plan out a little, and maybe a light snack to tie you over for that 20 minutes. It's really not that big of a deal. Oh, indeed, I can't even see my phone. Hey, hello, still here. Oops, I want to a little bit much. Tighten up these screws. I wonder if there's enough power to get you guys to come to the back. I'm gonna put these on. You can at least watch that. I know that can't be too much fun watching them up there. I doubt there's anyone still watching at this point. Oh, who knows? If you're still there, thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate it. Or maybe just like the background noise. I imagine some people watch live streams just for that, just have some sort of background noise. Somebody just talking in the background. So it's not so quiet. You don't have to be deep into some sort of subject. If it gets into one particular subject, but really, that's pretty general, generic. All right. Let's see where the battery's at. If it's over 40%, then maybe I'll move you guys. Can't read it because there's an awkward angle. Yeah, you know what? I'll move you anyways. Unplug. Unplug. Go. Good. Charge up good enough. Now, where is... Oh, the mount's up there. Oh, son. Thanks for hanging out. All right. Oh, look at that. No one around. All right. Let's put you into the mount. And so we can put you back here again. And then turn you up. So you can kind of see some of the stuff that's going on. Okay. And who knows? Maybe this will be one of those foundational videos where this is where he started his company all along. Those early videos you can watch later and cringe at because you're successful doing whatever else you're doing. Typically related to this. Let's go. Suppose as kids we deal with blocks of wood and Lego. It's like the adult version of it. That's why it's so much fun. That guy just generally like building things. Not to say the girls don't. Just general temperament. Let go. What happens when you're not straight on? Oh, this is an awkward angle. Yeah, I have to adjust. There we go. I need more clearance for the drill. Annoying. Oh well. There we go. Got them all done. I got one extra one just in case. All right. Now let's see if I have one more piece for the hole in it that's good enough to use to fill up the last spot. Drill the hole. That one's got a hole. That one's got a countersunk. A countersunk. Okay. Okay. Okay, last piece goes in. All right. Come on. There you go. Last piece is in. Straight. Not too bad. Better than the other side, I think. Overall. Now the fun part begins. Moving this stuff so this can sit down. Need to put the camera somewhere that hopefully won't get banged around. Honey. Hello. Oh, you puppies. You get the nice way to go, Pink. You won't get lost anywhere. Mom will be able to find you easily, yes? Yes? Oh. Right.
Rub you down.
Right. This is the puppy petting station.
Yeah.
Have a good walk. I just say hi to another puppies, because, you know, that's the best thing to do. Now. I figured it's best to do this because of stuff in the way, and again, I can't move it out of the way. Because there's no place to put them. I can move a few things that really aren't in the way, but. Okay. Damn, keep trying to open this one thing and everything wasn't working. Move stuff. Do a little bit of mini cleanup. Mostly just getting things out of the way, so I might as well do a little bit of a cleanup. There's still going to be a lot more testing to do with this. And once I got this sorted. Oops, no. Oh, that won't close with that. Just filling with little things at the moment to try to get them closed enough so I don't lose little pieces. Okay, good enough for now. Now I gotta take blankets out of here and my solar panel because I certainly don't want to be cracking that by pushing down and accidentally having something fall on it because that would just suck. Slightly runny nose because, you know, cold weather. winter fun time. View out of the way. No door, I need you open. There we go. Got the big important stuff out of the way. Okay, we slide this back here. Then we'll just come down, try to walk it over that way. Ah, fits. Yes, victory is mine. All right. Now the next part. Testing out the slats. So that means camera will have to go somewhere else. This worked once before. So let's do this again, but I'm going to use the other camera so I can see. But